Hi, I am so excited to start my first day of Inman Connect conference in New York, where we learn everything from technology to mergers and acquisitions and what's happening in the marketplace. So I can't wait to begin our journey. I'll let you know what we learn. Well, we're ending our first day of Inman Agent Connect and Tech Connect, and our takeaway today is teams are vital in the real estate industry, getting more so all the time. The smaller the team, the more cohesive and the better that it seems to be, which is what we are, so I feel good about that. And technology has evolved from this time last year amazingly. It's just staggering how quickly that whole thing is going. And you have to stay on top of it, which I think we are doing really well with. So I'm feeling good about it. So onward to day 2 of Inman in New York. Hi, well, we're at day 2 of Inman. The weather is way below freezing. I don't even want to know if it gets below 30. It really doesn't matter anymore, in my opinion. But wow, what a day it was. Brad Inman started us off today, giving us the supernova of real estate and the changes that are coming our way or have already come our way that we all just need to adjust to and get ready for. He talked about less and less affordable housing, and we've all seen that happen. We need to get that changed. There needs to become more affordable housing, and we need to figure out how to make that happen. There's going to be a correction in the market. We've seen it already starting in the fall, moving forward. So the correction is definitely coming. They don't see the prices declining like it did in 2002, 2007 and 8, but we see it stabilizing, and everyone needs to be prepared for that. Interesting that 4 out of 5 people use online search at some point during their housing search and their housing purchase. They go online, and I think we've all seen that grow more and more. I think it's probably really 5 out of 5, but it's a lot of people online looking for housing. Interesting that there are over 200 steps in the process from contract to close. So really, and keeping it organized for you to get it to closing, that's where a realtor is so important, and their expertise becomes so important. And lastly, we learn that teams are where it's at, and you won't have a better team than ours, so I feel really good about that. It's too much to do as one agent anymore. If there's 200 steps in the process, you can clearly see it's just too much for just one agent to do. So I look forward to day 3, and we'll update you tomorrow. Well, welcome back to New York, and as we end day 3 of the Inman Convention, I love what Brad Inman brings to the table for us. Today, we heard, among so many other speakers of our specific industry in real estate, we heard from a rapper-singer, we heard from a producer of a top TV show, and we heard from a wonderful man who was Teacher of the Year for the state of Washington. The diversity of who speaks to us, everything came down to one message, and that is it's all about relationships, it's a community, and how we fit into that. Talk about your community. That was something we heard over and over again. Be a part of your community, which I love. A gentleman who owned a restaurant in, I believe it was in Chicago, and they did a whole series of, don't be mean to people. It became a catchphrase, and shouldn't we all adopt that? I mean, that's just, it's all about the small stuff, and yet that's such a big thing to have. Innovate or die. I love that comment, because we're either moving forward or we're going backwards, because there's no such thing as standing still. I also love the idea that if you never fail, you're not moving forward, and growth rarely feels good. None of us like change, and yet it's changing every day. Our industry is changing dramatically, and we're hearing that a lot at this conference. And lastly, what I got from the Teacher of the Year, what I got from so many people was, this is our chance to make a difference. And if we walk away with nothing else from this conference, that's a great thing to walk away with. Hi, this is our last day of Inman Connect, and what a great conference this has been. We have learned so much. Today was the last day, which is all about data. It's all about facts and figures and what's happening in the marketplace. Where are we headed to? Where have we come from? What are some of the disruptors, as they're calling them, in our industry? All about iBuyers versus blockchain versus you name it, they talked about it today. It was just an exhilarating, wonderful end to an incredible conference. But it is 15 degrees here in New York, and I'm ready to get back to Dallas, so I'm putting on my gloves, and I'm going to put on my hat, and I'm going to get on an airplane, and I'm coming home.